Today I want to talk about the importance of struggle. A little bit of suffering is actually good for the soul. But I'm going to go back to nature as an example. If it wasn't for let's say, the egg, as an egg is hatching, as a newborn chick is emerging from its egg. Now, instinctively, the mother bird will actually allow the struggling of that chick, this newborn chick, to emerge from its egg. It won't help it along. It won't try to open it along because this struggle is its first struggle. Its entire life is going to be in the wild. It's going to be in the wilds of nature. And this is its first example into the world, is the fact that its struggle is going to help it. It's going to strengthen it. It's already making it fight for its survival, fight for its life. Now, instinctively, as I said, animal parents know this and they just let it happen. It's the code, that inner God code is what's causing this. Okay? Now, another example is you get plants. Plants are struggling to reach the photosynthesis of the sun. As we know, the sun shines. The sun is shining through, it's coming down, and the tallest, highest trees in a forest, fullest, richest plants get most of the photosynthesis. So it kind of competes with the other ones. So that competition with the other trees, with the other bushes, is actually allowing these things to grow stronger. And of course, they have to withstand the struggles of the weather constantly. They're always outside, so they have to struggle. But their struggle is their growth. Their struggle is their reaching. Their struggle is them growing taller into the strength, so that their survival is necessary. So when those heavy winds do happen, when they actually do, they can withstand these kind of abuses from the harsh winters, from the harsh storms that they're about to face. So this is a necessary struggle for nature. Now, there's many, many examples. I could go on to many examples of nature in those examples, but you get the point there, people. Now, how is it important with the human being, with the human animal? Well, same way. Now, as I think I've said before, I believe that nature and the science, physics, everything that we see around us are physical manifestations of what the human soul goes through, in a way. These are examples on a physical outer plane. These are examples for us to learn by observing the way nature and the way physics works, is how it happens and how we have these examples within ourselves in which we learn from. So by citing these two examples of struggle within animals, we can reflect that back to our own human struggles as well. Now, naturally, we're human animals. We're a social animal. We're a social creature first, and we tend to sometimes have an enabling quality about us. A lot of times, nature does not follow the same code as the human being. It's like we strayed away from nature. We strayed away from the God code in a lot of ways due to the original sin. But a lot of times we don't listen and follow that instinctive code as an animal does. And we tend to be more of an idea of taking struggle away from other people. You see governments do it. You see politicians do it. Things like that. They do it in a large scale. They try to pander to certain groups. But my point is that human nature has a way of dissuading struggling in the human being, in the human animal. Now, why is it necessary and why is it needed for the INFJ? Not just the INFJ, but human beings in general. Now, INFJs were built a different way. Of course, this is our channel. This is our personality type. And INFJs are one of the most suffering types in a lot of ways. It's just because of the way the INFJ is built. Because of the fact they have introverted intuition, but also they have that inferior extroverted sensing. A lot of times, things that normally might, let's say, gratify, let's say, an extroverted sensing type, for instance. I mean, they may feel a certain struggle within their heart. They may feel a certain incompletion, but they may just feel it as boredom. And they may just find an extroverted sensing type of stimulation that might take it over. Not to say that they don't long or pine for spirituality. Of course, everybody does. All humans do. But typically, it's something that would satisfy an extroverted type. So there are different types. Now, being that the introverted intuitive is backwards, we're kind of living backwards, okay? We're introverted and intuitive first. And like I said, the extroverted sensing is inferior. A lot of times when we struggle, when we long, when we pine for something in our lives, our struggles are internal. Our struggles are deeply felt within our own spirit, our own soul in that way. And that makes us just a little bit more, let's say, prone to a deep emotional type of suffering, type of struggling in our lives. All right? But why is it necessary? Just as I said, just as I cited the examples in the physical way of the animal kingdom, it is a reflection on our soul, on our internal spirit, as to why. These struggles, these heartaches that we feel, these pines that we feel, typically it's when our heart aches and longs for something beyond ourselves. It's nothing from this earth. This earth cannot sustain or provide what it is. Well, I mean, naturally, of course, if we are hungry or if we're cold or thirsty, we know enough to get food, shelter, and water. These are typical. These are physical needs that we have to have. And of course, these struggles are, but of course, part of our struggle is making sure that we work hard enough to build our homes and forage for our foods and our water. So a lot of it comes down to work in that way, which is in a sense a struggle in its own. But that spiritual struggle that I'm talking about before, this is an internal ache that we have. This is an internal, constant longing. Now, it's the same way as the plant longs for the photosynthesis and the light of the sun. Our spirit reaches. Our spirit longs for something deeper than that. Our spirit is actually reaching for our Creator, for our God. It's longing for that. But this is something that should never be taken away. A lot of people run from this. And that's why I say, if we're taking any kind of way of escaping from this, if we're ducking from this, of course the pain gets very painful. But a lot of times not facing this is when it turns into an enablement in our own souls. But eventually we all have to face this, and we all have to have these struggles. These struggles are what strengthen our souls. It's a strengthening process that we all must undertake. Now, INFJs, instinctively, as we know it, are a very suffering soul. Because the thing is, nothing on this earth will ever satisfy us. Now, at some point in our life, we might have been swayed to do something. Just do something fun. If you're feeling depressed, you're feeling down, just go see a movie. Go ride a surfboard. Do something. Yeah, we've been there. And you might have tried it. And let me tell you, it's fun. But in the process of doing that, there's always something in the back of your mind saying, yeah, this is fun. It's utterly stimulating. It's nice, but it's not the thing I'm looking for. Deep down, you know it's not your truth. It's not the truth that you're seeking. You're still incomplete in that way. That pining, that aching is still in there. And the only way that is ever found is facing these things and letting these struggles, letting these pains be in our heart in order to strengthen us ultimately. And that's the ultimate goal. So we have these examples around us on earth to show us, to guide us, to kind of give us examples as to how we're supposed to be inside in our spirit. Okay? That's basically it, people. So that was the importance of struggle. Now, I'm sure there's a lot more I could have thought to have said before that, but I think that covered a bit, people. Well, thank you so much. Okay, so people, thank you so much for attending today. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to give me the thumbs up and leave some comments. Leave me some feedback as to what you think about this little discussion we had today here, people. All right? So, all right. Well, people, thank you so much. And until the next time, have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.